Good morning, beautiful. Hi, how are you? How you doing? How's your day going? Ask and you shall receive. So on TikTok, I got some comments to make a video to show you how I apply rubber base at home completely myself. So I'm gonna do a fill-in on these nails that I previously had on for Valentine's Day. It's been a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna do a fill. This is a carbide bit, I believe it's called. I'm going to use this to debulk and take off that design using this drill from Amazon that my sister-in-law gave me for Christmas. Thank you. You do see here that I do put it on a lower speed. However, you do want this to be at a high speed. If not, if it is a lower speed, you low-key make little crater-like things in your nail and, you could overfile it. It's just painful. So higher the speed, the smoother, you take off the product. It is scary, but just trust me here. And then when it comes to the cuticle, just be very, very careful. Of course, you can use a disposable hand file as well, but for speed and effectiveness, I tend to use the drill. And just a quick disclaimer here, I'm not a licensed professional. I've just been doing my nails for years, a very long time. Um, Probably about 10 years of my life. So, um, it's just how I do my nails. So, it just take what I say, but not in a professional manner, okay? Taking the carbide bit off, I'm going to go ahead and use my sanding bit here. This is a new one. I kind of have a pile of them. I'm going to put this one on a lower setting. I think I put it to about 5 or 4 because I'm going to go in and smooth out anything that I didn't get from the carbide bit, and I go in, girl. Just make sure you don't apply a lot of pressure, but I want a smooth canvas for what I'm going to paint on. I'm going to paint French tips. Oh my god, French tips today. So I want a smooth, crisp application, and you'll see that here. Look how stunning. Gorgeous. They look like little eggs. How cute. So now I'm going to go in for cuticle work. I'm using this little cone bit here. Be very, very careful. I still have this on a low setting. I think it's still at about a 5. Don't overdo your cuticles. Please do not overfile. We do not want the ring of fire. I'm holding it at an angle as you see here for effectiveness. I do eventually go in with cuticle nippers to get the excess off. For dehydration, I go ahead and go in with some acetone. This is optional. You can use your dehydrator. Especially if you do gel X, I recommend putting a layer of this on just to seal the cuticle part better. Now I'm going with my dehydrator. I like to dehydrate twice just to get all the excess dust and everything off, just so any product doesn't cling to it. You want a nice and clean base here. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. You're gonna need primer, okay? I use this from Sally's. My dehydrator is also from Sally's. You want a small amount of nail primer, whether it's acrylic, gel. It will just help with no lifting. Again, just cleaning that base. I'm using the little brush that it came with. I would recommend this other than anything else. I'm taking my base coat here. Girl, we can barely see it, but thank you. I eventually figure out how to use my tripod. I'm so sorry. I'm doing a thin coat of this base coat, and then I will fully cure it for 60 seconds. With this base coat, I got it from Amazon as well. I'll go ahead and put a text up, and then maybe post some links in the description just so you guys can go ahead and take a look. I love this system the most. I feel like it is most effective. I've tried a lot of brands, but I love this brand specifically. Here is the brand that I use for my rubber base. I got this also on Amazon. You get a pack of 12. So here we go. Y'all ready? Okay. So we're going to put on a thin slip layer. So just like any standard gel polish, you're going to put on a layer very cleanly. If you are a little bit slow like me, it is okay. It is still something I'm getting used to, but practice makes perfect, okay? So you have your slip layer. Do not cure it. If you cure it, I will find you and I will speak with you. Now for the bead part, I'm going to dip my brush in and scrape the side off to make the bead, okay? You're going to lay it down like so, and you're going to push her back. You want to manipulate it. Tell her she can't see her friends. They're toxic. She can't go out. You got to manipulate the product. And you're going to build up the cuticle, build up the apex. Take as much time as you need. Just be very careful not to get this on your skin. Do not cure it with it being on your skin. As you can see, I do have my apex building up here. You do want to drag it down towards the edge. Now you see I'm going in a second time, which sometimes you do need just to further build up the apex, just to make sure I have structure. You do want an apex. You do want your nail to be sturdy, okay? If you knock your hand into something, you don't want the nail to break. That's where most of your structure comes from, is from your apex. So I'm dragging it down to the edge just to make sure, you know, it's also nice and covered, sturdy. Okay, we want concrete nails. We don't want no flims over here. And then I'm going to put that back. You want gravity to do her work, okay? Of course, hanging off my skin, lol. Look, I'm about to flip her over. See? Let gravity do it for you. You don't got to do nothing extra. I'm taking a look at it to see if there's anything else I need to do. And then you instantly want to cure it. And then typically I do 30 to 45 seconds just a flash cure. If you prefer doing the full 60 seconds, whatever you prefer, I'm not going to yell at you. And then I'm going to go in with the second layer, and I'll just be quiet and let you watch. All right, my loves, and once you are done with that, this part is completely optional. You do not have to do this. I'm going to take an alcohol wipe and take off the sticky layer of the gel because I'm going to file on top and further debulk it. I usually don't do this step, but because I do want precise, crispy French tip lines, it just kind of helps me rather than have that sticky layer there. I feel like it's not as clean and precise. If you over apply the rubber based gel and you kind of want to debulk, this is completely for you. And it is easy to file on top with. I tried to use a hand file and it wasn't as fast, so I'm still using my drill, still on a lower setting because I do not want to take off a lot, but it does make a huge difference. Just look. So cute. That's a perfect base color. So I'm going in and dehydrating again. You can just run your hands underwater, but I was lazy and I didn't want to get up. This is the white I'm using from Gelish. I believe the shade is Sleek or Chic White. I'm using a striping brush, also from Amazon, came in a pack. And I'm going to show you how to do my French tips. Practice makes perfect. Okay, I'm making these smile lines here. Now, I like my French tips thick. I like them thick. If you do not, you know, you apply how you want, girl, but like my eyeliner, I like my lines thick. This is how I do it. I make the outline and then fill in with the brush and cure. I tend to do 2 to 3 layers of this just to get, you know, the fullest potential of the color. You will see me in this clip applying, you know, making the smile line outline here. I do use another brush dipped in some acetone for cleanup if that does happen. I would say that is the most effective way if you do have any slip ups, if you have any bumps, anything like that. I highly recommend this part. Please do keep in mind with every gel product, you want to make sure they are fully cured. I do flash cure the French tip for about 30 seconds with each layer, but you want to make sure everything is cured for fully 60 seconds so we have no issues there. But this is the outcome after the application. So gorgeous. Ooh, it's beautiful. And then this is the top coat that I use. This is, oh my god, this didn't come with the base coat. This is my baby girl. I love her so much. I'm going to apply it on the base first. And then I go over the French tip portion only just to make sure there's no bleeding that may happen. You want to make sure you have a nice even layer. I do apply it a little bit thicker just so if any bleeding were to occur, it wouldn't be as dramatic. Um, and of course, you want to make sure this is fully cured for 60 seconds. I can't stress that enough. I'm making sure everything looks good, and then I'm gonna cure it for her full 60 seconds, okay? My husband made me dinner. And then I'm gonna put on my cuticle oil. This is actually a facial oil from Ulta. However, the ingredients in here are yummy and delicious, and they're wonderful for your cuticles. So I use it on my face, cuticles, even my toes, girl. I tend to not put the applicator on my skin though, but it makes my cuticles nice and soft. But this is our outcome today. It does take a long time for this application, but girl, it is worth it with time. You know, it can be a lot shorter. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to answer. But thank you so much for tuning in. I love ya. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.